It's me, Christy, and sometimes I'm a very imperfect human. In this lesson, there is a turn on reactions icon hovering over half of my presentation, but I promise it goes away. And if I don't address it, though, you're going to be like, really, Christy? This is so distracting. So now that you know it's coming, now you know to ignore it because this was a really important lesson for me to record, and it's one that I've been excited to record for a long time. And I think it's one of the critical pieces of what's been missing in all of your certifications. So sorry for the word bubble that I thought was closed and it wasn't. Halfway, it goes away. Okay, enjoy the lesson. I love you guys. Bye. Okay, you did everything you were supposed to get clear on the survey formats. You figured out when to send them, what questions to ask, how to position it so everyone's like, yeah, I'll take the survey. And then they do. And this is the part that SHRM's never going to teach you, but I will. This is more about the spiritual healer side of HR that we have to heal you of and get you to see yourself differently so that this part's not so hard and exhausting and embarrassing and gut-wrenching to you, okay? This is my probably favorite lesson in the course, from a disengaged employee to you. I've talked to so many of you. I know this part hurts you, and I want to fix that. From now on, I want you to think of yourself as the director of your company's movie or the director of your own career. But really, if we're going to zoom out, you're the director of your whole life, your personal life too. It's a common mistake for very well-intentioned, empathetic, people-first leaders of all kinds to accidentally star in the film, which is called Burnout, Chaos, a Career-Long Tragedy. Doesn't that sound familiar? It happened to me too in my career in the marketing world, but I know it happens to you. This movie stinks. This film is full of plot holes and it wanders and you're like, when is this going to be done? And it's you every day with the daily interruptions, the payroll, compliance, policies, benefits, hiring, firing, planning the company holiday party. We are like putting this person on a PIP and this person's getting recognition. Yay! Also, I need to send a survey now after I have all these other programs that I need to build and also roll out. And I need to figure out why everyone's upset. No, this movie costs $8.8 trillion to make and you're starring in it and it sucks and I don't want you in it. You are like meant for more, and that you're meant to be directing the film. Okay? Got it? Cool. So when you send a survey, like this is the part where it needs to begin. You got to put on your director hat. You send a survey and you ask everyone, do you like working here? And they're like, no. Stay calm, okay? I know it's a lot to wade through. In the next lesson, I'll show you how to use AI to go faster and protect your heart. But you got to stay calm because 70% of it is caused by managers. I'm really sorry. This like little word bubbles up here. I now realize I can't get this to go away. Thanks, Google. 70% of what we say in our survey has nothing to do with you. We are telling you about our managers, our teammates, the customers, the systems, and it's way removed from you, okay? Ooh, we're not mad at you. I promise you. We are like so glad that you asked. When we unload on a survey, it's because it's like, please help us, not I hate you. Even though we can have spicy comments and people can say some horrific stuff. That's why you should have guardrails that are like, hey, please be human. Real people will be reading this, but like, be honest. And at you, we're not even thinking about you. We're just like, thank God someone's going to like pay attention to the fact that we don't like working here and daily life is kind of busted. And you can't do your job if you don't have that information. Driving engagement is not some Cinderella story happening for a company and you copy their idea for peer recognition. No. In order to drive engagement, you can't guess. Your employees will tell you in the survey, this is why we're disengaged. And the inverse of that is like, when you fix these things, we're going to be engaged. That's why you can't sleep at night sometimes, because you're like, I have so much to do. Nothing's getting done. God, people are getting laid off. Am I going to get laid off? This is like the ultimate job security. This is how you know you have a roadmap in your head that says, this is what we need to prioritize. Like, it's chill. It's part of the job. Great. I needed this. You should think that was a great scene. Remember, you're the director. So it's like, cut, awesome. We needed the bombs and the anarchy unfolding in the streets because we're filming Batman. Pretend it's an action movie. This is a critical scene that you need to tell your story. And then once you find the patterns, I want you to remember that your executives are just method actors. You're going to go to them and say, hey, we've got some common themes here. We need to invest in manager training. And Batman over here goes, we don't have budget for that. I don't know if the mic picked me up. We don't have budget for that. To which you will find your own way of saying, why do you hate revenue? Of course, you're not going to say it that way. I'm trying to educate you here. We're being a little dramatic for educational purposes. You will use the Speaking Fluent Revenue and Understanding Your Stakeholders lessons and guides, the revenue cheat sheet, to explain to them, hey, the people problems are revenue solutions. Goofy guess. Or when they say, hey, that's not a priority right now, a new onboarding tool. Oh, really? Okay, you're adorable. Let's discuss in our next one-on-one. Not what you're going to say, but when they're like, we need to grow the company by 200 people next quarter, but we can't, it's not a priority and we don't have budget for a new onboarding tool. You will find a way to explain to them in terms that they care about, whatever your business KPIs are. What are the executives' OKRs? What are they following? They better have goals. If they don't, that's another lesson. You're going to be saying, in order for these people who are the revenue drivers to help us achieve, we don't just hire people and throw them in seats. We need to invest in their tenure. We give them a good employee experience. They stay longer. That makes them more productive, more collaborative over time because we survey them. They feel like it's a culture of feedback. Their psychological safety. Like, of course we need an onboarding tool. What? We need to invest in the business succeeding. I mean, I'm riffing here, but I think you're understanding the point. It's like you will have a lot more confidence. It won't be so scary when your executives are like, no. You can be like, I care about you too much because you're the director to let you send boxes of snakes to everyone to their trailer, Joker, AKA, I love you too much, CEO, to watch you fail in front of the board because we did this too fast, I want you to be successful in front of the board. I want you to hit that revenue goal that you shared with me. We do that because people are telling us in the surveys that their onboarding was awful. So if we just put more people through it, that's going to be a really heavy board meeting for you. And I don't want that to happen to you. That's the kind of stuff you're going to, and then the method actor is like, okay, sorry, I get really into what I do. And you're like, yeah, you think? I know. You're the director. You're going to understand your executives, though. They've got issues. We all do. And when you can poke through all that and be like, hey, I need a good performance from you. And what you think you're doing right now, it's actually not conducive to the overall film here that we're doing. So change it, tone it down, or do this instead, do this, not that. But I appreciate your enthusiasm. Okay? I want you to instead direct this movie. You're not even going to be on the cover of it. It's called Functional Company Where Employees Thrive. Directed by you, and it does amazing at the box office. Amazing. And it was technically less work because you're spending a lot less energy freaking out, trying to be an actor in the film, the bombs are going off. You're behind the camera, yes, we need to get this. This is great. This is a good scene. Cut. Done. Everyone take a break. Imagine if the person who directed one of the Batman films, they say, and action, and all the extras are running around no, there's anarchy and bombs going on. What do we do? And then the director was like, I don't know. What are we going to do? Oh, this is really bad. The actors would be like, what are you doing? Why? What are you doing? I think you're supposed to get back in just direct the film. We like that better. This is weird. Of course, you probably don't panic out loud to your employees, but I have had several HR leaders come to me and be like, I'm railroaded by these survey responses. And because I was friends with them at the company, although I know that's a huge no-no, but have you met me? I can make relationships with anyone. And I loved that. It was authentic. I loved connecting with people and knowing what the heck was going on. I think I was an HR person having a marketing crisis, to be honest. I've always been pulled to this work. But I'd be like, buddy, this is your Super Bowl. This is a good thing. We don't, and I used to tell them, like, we're not mad at you. And they'd be like, not? I'm like, no. And then, of course, all my research, everyone's like, I hate that part of surveying. It's so upsetting. And I'm like, oh, we need to zoom out and like straighten your crown, whether you're a queen or a king. I'm the disengaged employee saying, you're good. We love you. Get back up on your throne, get in your director's chair, and direct the movie of your dreams for your company, for yourself, for your career. Like, isn't this exciting? This mindset shift completely changes your life. It works for me all the time. And the other stuff that I do, you can apply this to everything, right? The people who have access to you, the people you choose to work with, the moments you choose to speak up, you're directing the film. And you got this. Okay. I'll see you in the next lesson where we're going to talk about AI to go a lot faster. Bye.